guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. Today's video I am going to be talking more about budgeting. I made a video last week telling you like how I budget. So today I'm going to be giving you guys 10 tips that you can do to save money every month. They're not anything crazy or extreme, but it is things that you can do, and I think that you will notice a difference in your budget, and it's also things that I do as well. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. First tip that I have for you is to make a budget, to know what's coming in versus what's going out, and make sure that what you have coming in is greater than what you have going out. Otherwise you're going backwards and you're just digging a hole. So definitely make a budget. Make a list of all of your bills that you absolutely have to pay. Of course, your house payment, lights, groceries, gas, anything that is a necessity. Then what I would recommend doing is print out your bank statement and go through and eliminate anything that you can eliminate. If you have recurring subscriptions that are just not necessary, you can call your insurance company and see if you can get a lower rate on your insurance, your internet provider, find out if you can get your internet lowered. Another thing that I would recommend doing is cutting off cable TV. Last I heard, cable TV was about $150 to $200 every single month, which is insane. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I know that it is a lot more pricier than paying for Netflix and Hulu, Amazon Prime. The last time I paid for cable TV was back in 2008, 2009. So it's been a really long time since I have had cable TV. We just do Netflix and Hulu. A lot of us already have internet anyways, and if you have internet, then you can get these things. If you can do things like Netflix and Hulu, that's going to cut out your cable bill and save you a pretty big chunk of money. Another thing that I can tell you to do is to cut out the contract cell phone plans. Those are so overrated now. So if you have a contract cell phone plan, I highly recommend getting rid of that. I do the $55 straight talk plan. I have unlimited data every month, and it just makes more sense to me to pay $55 and still get everything I need versus paying $200 plus for a contract plan that basically gives me everything I can get on the straight talk plan. So if you pay for a contract cell phone plan, please eliminate that. That alone is gonna save you a pretty good bit of money every single month. Tip number 3 that I can give you is to meal plan, meal prep. So when you are meal planning, try to meal plan around things that you already have in your fridge and in your pantry, and create a meal plan around that. Take your lunch to work, stop eating out. If you can set aside a couple of hours every single week, maybe on like a Sunday afternoon when you don't have a lot going on, if you can prep some things for the week ahead, the more that you can meal prep and make it convenient for yourself, you're a lot less likely to make a bad decision and swing through the drive-thru. So that's a tip I can give you. Also, another thing that I have had to cut out, you guys know I love my iced coffee. There for a while I was going to Dunkin' like every single week, at least 3 times a week. They're like $3 and $4 per coffee. I'll let you guys do the math on that, but I was spending a pretty good bit of money. Also, think about it this way: if you're stopping at the store every single day and you're buying a $2 drink, do 2 times 30. That is $60 alone just on a drink that you buy every single day. Pay attention to little things like that because they do add up. Tip number 4 is to shop for your groceries online. The reason I recommend shopping online versus going in the store is because you are not going to be as tempted to make impulse buys. You're not walking by things that they have on display for you to see. That's how they have their store set up. It's to purposely make you buy those things. So whenever I make my meal plan, I will go ahead and add in my grocery cart on my phone what I need for the week. Then whenever I check out, I'm only buying things that I absolutely need for that week to make my meals complete. That's my number 4 tip, is to shop online for your groceries. Don't go in the store if you can help it. Plus, grocery pickup saves a lot of time. Tip number 5 is to buy generic. You don't always need a name brand. I have found that the Walmart Great Value is really comparable to a lot of name brand things. There is some things like mayonnaise and other items that I will not budge on. I will not buy generic of. It has to be name brand. A lot of the times I can't even tell the difference. So experiment with that. See what you can tolerate generic, what you can't tolerate, and start buying what you can generic. That alone is going to help your grocery bill a lot. If you notice, generic items cost half the price of name brand, so think about that in terms of your grocery bill as a whole. You're going to be cutting your bill down almost in half just by buying generics, so think about that. Tip number 6, if you have kids, is I do not buy my kids toys or games unless it is a birthday or Christmas. The only thing that they get throughout the year is clothes as needed. But as far as toys and games, things that are not absolutely necessary, they have to wait until their birthday or Christmas to get those things. You know, a lot of times kids change their minds anyway about certain things. Like if a video game comes out, they might have an even better one 6 months from now. I just don't buy my kids anything like that that's not a necessity. Plus, whenever they do get it, they appreciate it a lot more. And then, like I said, I do buy their clothes throughout the year, but I try to either shop secondhand or on sale. Before COVID, I would do a lot of thrift shopping for them, but then when COVID hit, I just quit going into stores as much as possible. So I did start shopping a lot at like Old Navy and the Children's Place. You can get a lot of good deals if you look in their clearance section. Tip number 7 is do not try to keep up. You don't have to have the latest greatest cell phone. You don't have to have a brand new car. I just got this phone not too long ago. This is the iPhone 10R, and for the longest time I had the iPhone 6, and the only reason I got this one is because the 6 just completely stopped working on me. I had to get a new one, and I actually bought it on Black Friday sale. My point is, I didn't run out and get the latest cell phone. I just cannot justify paying over $1,000 for a cell phone. So another tip is don't try to keep up. You don't need the latest greatest everything. You don't always need name brand clothes. A lot of the times you can get name brand clothing at places like Ross and TJ Maxx for just a fraction of the cost. So pay attention to places like that if you are shopping for name brand. A lot of the times they have pretty good name brand stuff for pretty cheap. So tip number 8, and this is a Dave Ramsey thing, is to set up cash envelopes. What you would do for cash envelopes is you would make an envelope for every category. So groceries, gas, clothing, anything that needs a category in your budget, you would set aside however much cash you want for each envelope, and then once you spend it for that month, then it is gone, and then every month you would refill the envelopes. So I actually don't do this method just because I don't like cash. I just prefer to have my debit card, and I don't want to have to keep up with my envelopes and all that jazz. So I just use my debit card, and you can even do like a digital version of this on your phone if you wanted to. If you needed that extra discipline, then cash envelopes is a really good way to do that. Tip number 9 is to do a no spend challenge. So pick a month that you want to do this, and don't spend any money on groceries unless of course milk, produce, bread, things like that you need to buy weekly. But other than that, try not to spend anything. Try not to buy any clothes, try not to buy any coffee, try not to eat out. No spend, nothing. A lot of the times we will do this with like groceries. We will try to eat strictly out of the pantry and the fridge for the entire month without buying anything other than, like I said, bread, milk, produce. So if you can do that, that alone is going to help you save some money. And then the very last tip, and I'm only throwing this in because it is tax season, is to take that money, pay off your debt, and then whatever you have left, if you have any left, is to pay your rent or whatever bills that you need to pay them ahead, and that way you are ahead for a few months. If you wanted to go ahead and pay your rent for the next 6 months, that's one less thing that you have to worry about for the next 6 months. So anyways, that's going to wrap up today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed these 10 tips. Like I said, they're not anything extreme or crazy, but it is things that I do every month and things that work for me and help me to save money. So I thought that you guys could benefit as well. So I really appreciate you watching this video. If you liked it, please remember to give me a thumbs up. Also, if you are new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button before you leave. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.